All right, everyone, welcome to the second week of the Battle Poker League. My name is Concordia, and I'm joined by Bot D tonight.
Hey everybody, how we doing?
So we are about to hop in. We are starting this week. We'll be looking at our second table. As a reminder, we do have four tables running, and they will be put on stream later or on YouTube. But we are happy to be streaming one game live for you every week. All right, everyone, welcome to the second week of the Battle Poker League.
So let's see if anybody this week has done their homework on the last week of games, looked up how their opponents played, and adjusted anything accordingly.
Yeah, we shall see. We had some fun games last week. Attendance was a little bit light. I think it's a little bit better this week overall across all the games. I know we have at least one game that is full with all 8 attendees there. We have 7 people in this lobby tonight. And we are in the game.
Here
So
we go.
So in this game we have Reach, a big he's been around on our Discord and in our community forever. You can see approaching 500 games. Actually, looking at the lobby thing, almost everyone in this game is a veteran, except for that one Zell, one of our newcomers. So who are you looking forward to winning tonight's match or getting first place in this game, in this lobby? Bhatti.
If I remember right, Reach pulled off a first place in his first week, so I want to see a repeat of that, definitely. Also, always here to see Killas perform. He's struggled a little bit in our first two inaugural tournaments, but hopefully in this format he's going to be able to shine a little bit more.
So Sympathy opening up with 21 wild cards. Metalcore with 13 Ravens. Those are two hands to definitely keep an eye on in this for our second hand. And as predicted, both these players are moving on to their second card.
Sorry, I just got a little distracted on the game that I'm refereeing. We just had a first hand all in.
Oh. Oh, I'm having some lag issues. Uh-oh.
Oh no. That happens to me sometimes too. The first fight just doesn't load up correctly or something like that, and it just lags out, and then after that it's good to go.
Right, yeah, everything's running smoothly now. Looks like we are gonna have a tie here. I don't think that these three air will be able to kill all these ravens in time, but we shall see.
No,
10
here they go. They're
seconds.
starting to fire off round number two. Not enough time.
All right. And as we move on to our third hand, not
Let's
much
see.
has changed in terms of gold, just some small antes being traded.
Well, Killa's waking up here with the 20 DTs. It'll be interesting to see how he plays them. Metalcore makes some uncharacteristic min raise with the Vikings. Killa's raises 5 more. Metalcore calls. 21 add-ups, not really what you want to see in this situation with your Vikings. But the 8 Tempest, definitely something the Kills is going to take and bet aggressively.
Yeah. And he
Yeah, just can't
takes,
call.
yeah,
You
takes it
can't
out.
call with that.
All right, so good start for Killas.
That one Zell, though, waking up with 15 Ravens already. Checks it, actually. He's in middle position. That's a little bit of a dangerous move, missing a whole street of value. Let's see how he responds to burnt raising to 4 with his 10 roaches.
Getting the mother.
Just calls.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think that one Zell has it, probably, right?
I mean, I would assume so, as long as his hand goes to showdown. The Ravagers might present a problem,
Yeah.
depending on which way they go. But the Ravens should be able to pick up the majority of the kills here without one. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Boom.
No contest. So 15 Ravens alive.
Chet calls 2 streets with those ravens. That's something his opponents are going to be paying attention to.
Yeah,
If you're not going to raise 15 ravens, what are you going to raise? So when he does raise it, you know it's either going to be a bluff or it's going to be the nuttiest of nut hands. Mm. Even Metalcore calling it out in chat. Well, Zell, you're going to be at a poker table with them for at least the next few minutes, so get to know them pretty well.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about our league style is we're not playing the same people every week. We're trying to organize it so everyone kind of has a chance to play with as many other people. So definitely opportunities for people who normally don't get to play with one another to face up.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to make things as fair as possible and keep the matchups fair, but there is going to be a little bit of overlap here and there. But for the most part, we're trying to get as much variety in our gameplay as possible during the 6 weeks we have.
So how do you feel about this hit? Everyone checking on their first card. Now Reach opening with a raise of 10. He has the Banelings and the Banshee.
Baneling Banshee pretty strong, but at a table of 7 people, you know somebody's going to call with air. I don't really care for his bet too much, trying to thin the herd. And as you can see now, Burnt making the call with the 24 Phoenixes. That one zone might try to sit out just with the 14 swarm hosts. We'll see if it works this time. With the new AI, it hasn't been working as often, just like camping out in the back like that. Yeah, as you can see, they're going after the swarm hosts now. Lifting up the last of
Yeah.
the locusts as well.
Yeah, the Phoenixes are actually pretty strong in this, in Battle Poker in general, I would say. I mean, I think they're
They have,
easier to use than in normal StarCraft, where you have to micro
oh
the
god, yeah. Yeah, they're significantly easier to use here than regular StarCraft, where you have to micro them around while they're shooting and micro their pickups, all that good stuff.
Yeah, they're not the certainly not the best card, but I think that
They're
they're
up there.
they're
I would take them over Vikings.
really, yeah, just because of the lift up ability
Yeah.
makes sense. And Vikings also you have to worry about sometimes suiciding themselves by just
Oh, do we need to restart the stream? Did we get the delay set correctly?
let's see, just a minute behind. Oh, that's an issue. I thought I fixed that. Okay, let me take a quick look here. I will stop.
Archons should be able to splash them down pretty easily. However, the queens with the heels behind may be able to keep those mutalisks alive somehow. If they do, we're looking at least a split pot. Nope, I think those immortals are going to go down. Burnt with the 2/2 queen muta.
So the
Are
stream
we
is
still
being
live?
restarted. There definitely is a delay now, so it will be. Eventually, you guys will hear us again. Sorry about that delay and that this sudden gap in the game, but we are back now.
All right. Pillas this time with the 20 ravens.
Yes, the Ravens are quite the strong hand. Are they still the top card that you could draw in your opinion, Bati?
I think their win rate is the highest out of everything that got posted by Koff in Discord a few months back.
Hmm.
He wrote a little utility in Python that scrapes a bunch of BattlePoker replays and parses unit win rates. And the Ravens were the only unit to break, I think, like high 70, low 80% win rate, something like that.
Wow. Well, I'm not surprised.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're up there.
And one interesting thing to consider is if we brought the Ravens to the current Legacy of the Void level, that would severely hinder their ability.
Yeah.
But
We
at
would
this
get to
point,
see those.
the Hunter Seeker missile is almost too iconic to remove, though.
Yeah, it would be difficult to imagine a BattlePoker without Hunter Seeker Missile on the Ravens, I think. Ooh, and Killis takes it down with an awfully big bet. Reed's just not having it. Three Zerg 3-3 in the middle of the table right now as everybody picks up pretty much non-Zerg units. Sympathy with 2 Brood Lords and Metalcore with 2 Corruptors probably not going to play. Frittatas picking up 15 Liberators. That 1-0 with 7 Battle Cruisers. Reach debating what to do right now with his 41 Marines.
He calls the 3. Interesting. I don't know if I would be calling against 3-3 Zerg if I had Marines, but it's just a small bet, so we'll see. He does pull up the Ravagers, so that certainly helps.
Bring the Ravagers in front. I like it. Frittatas keeping his 16 Hydralisks in the back. That 1-0 putting his 7 the Banshees in front.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe this Bio Ball will do pretty good, actually, against the comps that we're playing against. It totally clears out Reach. Or Reach totally clears out Frittatas. Does he have enough to deal with these BCs, though? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Those BCs should be able to tank right through most of these biles.
Yeah, he did get some nice biles off, but just not enough left over.
No. Nice play by that 1-0. All right. Another hand moving right along. Metalcore with 13 Widow Mines. Sympathy debating what to do with 6 Oracles. Burnt with 19 Corruptors, and that's about all there is really to write home about on this one.
Yeah,
Terran 3-3 in the mix.
Terran 3-3. Second card.
Reach picks up 20 ghosts. I like that, but what do the ghosts effectively shut down here? You're gonna EMP the High
Queens.
Templar, the Queens, the Oracles. I guess you can snipe down the Mutalisks. But I mean that's a big fight. So
yeah, I mean I do have to give Reach probably the upper hand right now, just because he has 3-3 and 20 of them, but interesting. I would have put the ghosts behind the Swarm Host just to like let everyone else battle out. I feel like you know.
You come in afterwards.
Yeah, like I know the Swarm Host is not a frontline unit typically, but when you have 20 ghosts and 1 Swarm Host, I feel like you just want to get the ghosts out of the battle.
Yeah, it makes more sense when you have something behind the ghost to have something to come in and clean up behind them after they finish EMPing all the shields away. But when you only have just the 1 Swarm Host, you might as well put the ghosts in back. Hope they get a better angle on everything coming into the fight.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense in my book.
But Burnt takes down the hand with the wild card and Corruptors.
Burnt back to first place. Picking up 8 Thors this time around.
Yeah. Whew. And Reach is only, 11 antis left? Not in the best position right now.
Not doing so well this time around. He's going to need to pick a hand and go with it. 7 Void Rays might look pretty tempting right now, but it's a little too early for that. I think 11 antis is still too much. For a hand that's that middling, you can wait for something better. Nope, he goes with it. Burnt should be calling with the Thors, I think.
Yeah, I expect he would. He definitely has.
I can't imagine anybody else making a call. Maybe that 1-0, but that's kind of...
That's pretty risky. Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks he has to counter, and he certainly does right now. He has it right now. Without the second card being drawn, I would definitely give Burnt the lead in this hand.
Because you probably don't. That 1-0 thinking about it. Now, if that 1-0 does call, those tanks are going to ruin the Thors, letting Reach double up, or triple up, rather. He lets it go.
Oh, I think Burnt has this in the bag.
I think Burnt has this, but I think it's going to be closer than we're thinking it is. He put the Void Rays in front. That is not what you want to do when the Void Rays are going to be your victory condition.
Yeah, this is
taking out those Thors. But yeah, it's just too much on the Infestors, it looks like. Yep.
And Reach is out. On the 10th hand.
Reach. 7th place. How does it feel, man?
I think he did get 2nd place in the first week, so he still has a decent number of points.
He's still doing all right. It's still early, week number 2.
Yeah, it's okay to have one or two bad games in this format, I think, unless someone dominates, you know.
Well, out of 32 people, we're still looking for the top 8, so we you only need to be top 25%.
So let's see. Metalcore with the Dark Templar and Mutalisks. Well, I think the Mutas are gonna get shut down by these Vikings. And we're gonna
Yep,
have
but
a
then we're gonna have a draw because
classic
the
draw.
Vikings are not gonna land. Yep,
And the one thing the Vikings do right,
they definitely knock the crap out of some stuff in the air. I'll tell you that.
that's true.
All right, Frittatus with 15 Liberators. That one's out with 16 Siege Tanks making the call. Metalcore letting go of 53 Banelings. Kill is debating what to do with his Phoenix. He should let it go. Frittatus making that huge raise right off the bat. Neither player really drawing all that well in their second card. Let's see how it goes.
Hmm.
Archon's just not going to put up enough
Yeah.
damage. Yeah. Thought maybe if they got a couple of nice splashes in, like right when all the Liberators packed up, but
Old school Archon toilet.
yeah. Ooh, Sympathy this time with 7 carriers.
7 carriers. There's the 2/2 Zerg with no obviously strong Zerg hands yet, so Sympathy definitely in the money with this hand so far. Let's see if he raises.
Debating, yeah, you could raise now, or you could, yeah, in middle to late position, it makes sense to go ahead and put the raise in. You don't want to risk only having one or two people that are behind you make the raise for you.
Everyone folding
Unfortunately,
out.
it doesn't look like anybody's going to have anything to stand up to you with. So sorry, buddy.
Yeah, he gets to antes. Could be worse.
Could always be worse.
Could be losing gold.
Yep.
Let's see. We have 3/3 Terran upgrades this hand. And let's look. Everyone drawing their second card.
Wow. Lots of Terran on the board now. 17 Ghosts for Metalcore, 7 Tanks for Sympathy, along with 23 Widow Mines. For Talis with the 10 Banshees.
Yeah,
Burnt with,
a lot of our players must be feeling that their hands are at least somewhat playable.
yeah, absolutely. I like that Metalcore re-raise. Like it's targeting very specific styles of hands, which Sympathy doesn't really have one of right now, unfortunately. But it's going to be a hard call with just those 23 Widow Mines up front.
Yeah, that is certainly a tough call. And he folds out.
Puts it down, yeah. All right, Kill is sitting on 20 Vikings this time around. Sympathy with 11 Ravens. That Onezo making the call with 9 Liberators, maybe a little bit loose. 7 Ghosts to follow up. 27 Ravens, 27 Reapers for Sympathy.
Yeah, I think.
Ooh,
Well, oh,
kaboom! Oh wow, that was a little closer than we'd like to see with those
yeah.
Ravens.
I thought those. I thought that the. No, it was a close one. It was close. I thought the Liberators might have had it there, but not after that explosion goes off. Ravens are an interesting unit because nothing happens and then all of a sudden everything happens.
Yeah.
There is no. It's not. It's quite the opposite of like sustained DPS of a unit.
It is quite bursty. All right, Sympathy in there with 39 Marines, picks up 18 High Templar, kills with 13 Swarm Hosts and 17 Marauders. Furtadas in there with 19 queens and 7 swarm hosts. All respectable middling hands.
Yeah, let's see.
This Void Ray's eating up some storm damage, unfortunately, but they're going to work on the High Templar. Killa's
Yes.
holding on to dear hope with his swarm
He's
hosts.
got plenty down here. Nothing's coming in to kill him anytime soon.
No, not yet. Those queens are starting to split off a little bit, but they're not going to get there anywhere in time to do enough damage. High Templar still running away. We may still just have a three-way split.
I think Sympathy is done. But
Sympathy is starting to get cornered there.
yeah, he's pretty much out. And I think Killis has this, if not tying. I mean, these
Yeah,
queens.
Gillis is going to tie this. Oh, wow. I didn't see how low those queens were.
Ooh, so
No.
close. One more wave.
You hate to see it.
Ooh. Current on Team Kills, apparently. They're a number 1 and 2 in this lobby.
Oh, wow.
Another.
Metalcore raising with 16 Liberators. Kill is calling with the 5 Thors.
Oh, I definitely am leaning towards the Liberators right now. See if
Yeah.
Sympathy stays in here. He has 2-2, 15 Stalkers. Nah.
Not enough. Stalkers are not, unfortunately, as strong as we'd really like to think of them as.
Yeah.
In this game, you need more like 20 plus of them to really be playable at a fullish table.
Yeah, I mean, in StarCraft, Stalkers are usually a pretty micro-intensive unit. They're not a unit you just want to mass an A move with, and that is what this
Right.
game is, a massing of units in an A move, so...
Yep.
Oh, instant surrender. He knew.
Instant surrender. Whew.
All right. Well, Burnt still with a strong lead, I would say. Metalcore trailing, but also in a great position. And Kratos and Sympathy around their starting amount of gold. Kills also not that. So, everyone's still in this game except for Reach. But the other 6 players definitely have a chance. Kills with raising 20 here with the Marauders, and then getting the 8 carriers with the 3/3. So this is definitely Kills' hand. Obviously, Fritatis can tie him with the 17 Dark Templar, but
Yeah, and it looks like Burnt comes along as well with the High Templar and the Ravagers. Not really going to do a whole lot, unfortunately, this time around.
no. We're gonna have another tie. So not too much movement on the leaderboard from that hand, though. Everyone retaining their positions.
Well, Furtada's coming in this time with the 10 Void Rays. Unfortunately, not really going to have anybody with something to stand up to it.
Oh, well, you say
That might be a
that.
tight shot.
You say that until Sympathy draws 23 Vikings.
Oh boy. Here come the fireworks.
These Vikings should have no problem against the Void Rays, I would say.
I don't know. Those Void Rays do a lot of DPS.
Yeah, that's actually true. I think I didn't account for the 2-2.
Yeah, that Protoss 2/2 is scary from Void Rays.
Yeah, that's true. I saw the 23 and I was like, oh, the Vikings have to have this, but
Yeah.
they charge up Void Rays with 2-2. Okay, I'll give it to you.
All right.
Sympathy 23 Ravens.
Raising it up.
Raising 20 yet. I don't think anyone can call him, really.
No, not at all.
That one Zell.
That one Zell decides to stick around with the 6 Immortals, picks up 8 Tempest for his trouble. Unfortunately, with the 5 Thors, you're not really going to get too much farther. Oh no, those Ravens, they're right on top of the targets.
Oh,
No! No!
Oh,
All the Ravens go kaboom.
Wow. Well, you said they were 75, 80%, but guess what, Bati? That's not 100%.
That's not 100%, not at all. And we just witnessed the reason why they are not 100%. Oh my goodness. That is rough. All right, burnt this time with 8 Thors. Metalcore coming along with 18 queens. Bleh. Frittatus with 7 ultras, picking up 17 wild cards.
Yeah, I mean, no air units in this game so far. I mean, obviously, Burnt has the 8 Thors. There's plenty of anti-air, but I don't know. I think that Frittatus maybe should have this, depending on what his wild cards are.
The thing is that I don't like Frittatus's raise. I feel like calling Metalcore's raise would be fine, but I don't like re-raising
Yeah, that
himself
was.
because the ultras are just not that strong on the ground.
Yeah, and actually, I
Especially with
don't.
this split. Look at this.
Yeah, he did not get the best draw of the wild cards. I guess 17 is pretty underwhelming because he just got sandwiched between those Thors and Queens. And the tanks in
Yep,
the background, of course, just shattering everything. Oh, I think Burnt will take this hand.
he should.
Quite a strong Terran hand. Just playing classic mech right here.
Slowly inching forward across the board.
Yeah, I mean, mech is great in this game type, right? Like Thor's tanks. Like, how
Yeah.
could you not like this combination of hand of cards?
It does work pretty well. All right, that one Zell with 14 ghosts this time. Killers with 23 queens. They
Oh,
both stick around. Whoa, 8 Thors for Killers. That's got to feel good because that's one of the few cards that can mow down the queens.
yeah, these are both players have pretty strong hands. I mean, uh,
Yeah,
either one, I
Killers
would be
all
feeling
in.
confident. Wow, all in.
That one Zell
Okay.
makes the call.
Yeah, he's getting
Oh,
some
here come the
great,
EMPs.
great EMPs, but is there just too much on the ground? We'll see it out. Well, Liberators are sieging up. Yeah, they're just destroying everything. I think the ground army of kills is dead.
And don't forget that one Zell had 1/1 upgrades from being suited, so they had that little bit extra armor against the Thor splash.
Oof, and kill is out in second here. Or third, Sympathy out too. Wait, what did Sympathy get knocked out? Did we just miss that?
Did we?
He's out, and his Killers is out.
No, Sympathy left a couple of hands ago after he went all in and
Oh, okay.
lost.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, I just totally missed that. But okay, Killers is
I
out
remember that
now
now.
in fifth place. So we have our top four for this game tonight still in here. Burnt, that one Zell for Tatis and Metalcore. Burnt and that one Zell with the strong lead, each with about 300 gold. And they will be battling it out in this hand potentially. Seeing who can get the chip lead.
$11 Archons for Burnt this time around. That's about all there is really to say for this one. Unless
Yeah,
somebody decides to get a little creative with their 11 Reapers. Nope,
yeah, no,
not this time.
not this time.
All right, 20 Widowmines from Burnt. Definitely playable at this stage of the game. That one Zell waking up with 10 Archons.
Yeah.
Metalcore all in. For Tadas, insta-call with the 8 Ultralisks.
8 ultras, two upgrades as well. So those ultras
Yep.
aren't going to be dying too fast. Uh,
Well,
yeah,
we have a
nothing that
split
shoots up.
pot.
Mm.
Well, depends on how fast those Tempest can DPS everything down.
Yeah, the ultras will die pretty fast, but I don't think they'll be able to kill all the little zealots in time as well. Yeah, this is going to run out to the timer.
Yeah.
So Metalcore will survive. Just wait the last few seconds for this battle to wind up.
That Onezel calling out Frosticles for his excellent start at the table last week. Oh, wow. That Onezel this time was 17 Widowmines, 15 High Templar, burnt with 9 Void Rays and 7 Cyclones.
I think
Here
we're
come
gonna
the
see
Widow
some
Mines.
sweet storms just demolish the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the earth-shattering kabooms.
And some Widow Mines even around. I feel like Widow Mines are a unit that you don't, if you have them, you don't really expect them to survive. You're kind of hoping they're just
No,
going to do a
they're...
bunch of damage up front and just
Mhm.
buy enough space for your other card to win you the hand.
Yep. You want to get one nice big burst of damage from them, and then after that, if whatever. If they survive for another shot, that's great, but you're not worried about it.
But right now, Burnt Pop with the 22 Vikings, everyone re-raise to 16. Let's see. Will Metalcore call with his 9 Immortals? I don't think he should.
I think the 9 Immortals would actually beat the 22 Vikings right now. Ooh, this could be a tough hand for that Onezel if he plays it. I like those tanks, but I just don't know if the roaches are enough to tank for them.
Yeah.
Burnt
Yeah.
re-raising that
He's
Onezel
out.
lets it go. Yeah. Oh, Metalcore with 24 Ravens, just about as close to aces as you can get in this game.
So all in, he only had
All in.
26. Do you like him? Do you think he should have waited for the second card, try to get a couple other people in the pot, like just check it up?
Not with as short of a stack as he has. He needs to go ahead and get the money in now before somebody else can draw out on him.
I see. Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
even at that point in the game, you honestly, with as unreliable as Ravens can be, like we talked about and just saw right there, like that was almost themselves exploding again. Um, you would be much happier at that point just taking down the antes and not having to show down
Right,
rather
right.
than having to actually win your hand.
Makes sense.
So yeah, you really want to just go ahead and get it in as fast as you can there. Bertata Solid this time with 21 Vikings. Metalcore still down to about 2 antes, needing to go with something soon. This is not going to be it, the 6 Cyclones. Oh, Furtatus boinking the, boinking, sorry, binking. The 25 DTs.
Yep, no detection here, so it's not going to be able to kill the Banshees, but I get a nice
But
tie.
we're going to have another split pot.
Right. Minotaur once again stays alive.
It's frustrating to split these pots when you're this short. You know, like, yeah, you get an extra ante here and there every once in a while, but you're really looking for some of these shoves to be a win and not a split.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? You get that one really good hand, and it's like, oh man, I'm maybe back in this, and then it splits, and you're like,
Yeah.
maybe not so much. All
Burnt
right.
definitely with the strong hand here. We'll see.
Oh, those.
Unless we get some suicide on the mutas. And the Ravens
Oh
again.
no!
Oh
Here we go,
no!
Raven.
Oh, well,
Oh
mutas are all so weak. Tempests are not the unit you want against mutas, but when they're all like one
no,
shot,
but
it doesn't matter.
yeah, that's gonna be that. I do believe. Decent little pot for that one, Zell. Should
Yeah.
bring him up to 160, 140, yeah, about 340.
Yeah.
Nice. 22 Marauders for Zell this time around. Quick checks.
Yeah, quick checks. Alright, I mean, no, Core has the Liberators. Doesn't really look like anything else is going to be able to compete with the Liberators. Could be a quick cleanup once the
Yep.
Liberators shoot all their shots and the Immortals scurry on in. That one's really hoping for the timer, I guess, but it's not
I
gonna happen.
mean, it's always better to wait it out just to be sure. Oh, you got
Actually,
to remember those the Immortals have the hardened shields on them.
wow. Right when I said it wasn't gonna happen, it happens.
Yep. Yep. Whew.
Oof.
All right, Zell this time with 23 Hellbats. Nobody else with much to really say anything about. And we just got a double anti-raise from 20 to 28. That's what, a 40% raise right there?
Yeah, he's going all in.
That's pretty rough.
He has. I mean, nothing will be able to. Well, actually, no. He had the infestors
The
with the
Infestor's Kinfungal.
lurkers, but they won't be able. Well, and they know they could kill. Yeah, metalcore is not
And
not
that
safe
one
at all.
Zell, that one Zell has the Ravens for the DTs.
Oh, let's see what happens. He just has to really kill its mutas. Yeah,
Yep.
nice kiting too. I like that. I like
Metalcore.
how the Ravens actually, looked like they dodged their shot that time.
They try to dodge the target that they fire at if it turns around back on them, but sometimes it gets a little confused.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
we're down to top three.
Metalcore getting fourth place, but good game from him, I would say. He hung in there
Oh,
for a
very
while.
well played.
He
Very well played by Metalcore.
had some lucky breaks like you were describing, but not winning some of those all-ins he was in. Or unlucky breaks.
Bertadas with a nice looking hand, 7 Void Rays and 15 tanks. Really everybody with a nice looking hand. 5 Battle Cruisers, 20 Hellions for Burnt. That one's out with 20 Phoenix and 13 Hydralis.
Yeah, I kind of like what I see here for that one Zell, but maybe the BCs will prove too much of a threat. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, with those Yamatos, that's going to be, what, 10 dead Phoenix right off the bat.
Yeah, one Terran upgrades. They got plenty of armor. 5
Oh,
armor.
yeah.
And how much are we talking? We're talking 10 damage, so pretty much the Phoenix were doing half their DPS during that fight.
Yeah, that's rough. Ooh.
Alright, but we still have that one Zell and Burt, battling out for the 1 and 2 spots. Furtatis trailing in third, but
Bird with the 1 Marine. I don't think he's going to go with much this hand. Well, that one Zell picking up the 12 siege tanks and 15 queens. Definitely something to play with.
yeah, we'll see how they can do against. Oh, well, we won't see.
No,
Quick
we
surrender.
won't. Don't need to.
Yeah, he saw those tanks sieging up. He was like, I'm not gonna agonize for the next minute over this. I would have liked to see it play out, but it's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just more cathartic to just, nice hand, surrender, move on to the next hand, instead of sitting there watching your units get bashed away over like one bad call.
How do you feel about this 3/3 bio hand right here? Decent card number, card count.
Very playable. I'm not gonna have fun if those infestors come along, but besides that, definitely a playable hand. I do like that he's putting the Marines in the back.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, with the 3/3
Yeah,
bio, the infestors
those
are going to be a little
infestors are gonna
rough.
suck a little bit, but
Yeah, but the 3/3, man. Watch these. Watch this. Watch the bio ball go to town now.
yep.
Marines, I think they have the
GG
highest
for
attack.
Tatis.
Marines have the highest attack speed in the game, so they get the most benefit from those attack upgrades. And you just saw that in action there.
Woo. All right, we're down to our top 2. Heads up. Very close, similar chip stacks.
Yeah, pretty much tied up within an ante of each other, or so.
Yep. 15 Cyclones into 7 Thors. The 15 Cyclones pick up 15 Swarm Hosts as well, putting the Swarm Hosts in front. Not sure how I feel about that one, but we'll see how it plays out.
These banelings are going to crash through a lot of this. Oh, look at that. So many banelings, as the saying goes. And these Thors will easily clear out. Yep.
Yep.
So what do you think, Bhakti? Do you think it's... Or what part of the game do you feel is more difficult as like a high-level player? Do you think it's easier to play well like in the beginning of the game when there's a bunch of people? Or do you think the one-on-one is like the higher skill part of the game? Or do you have any opinion on that?
When it's down to like 3 or 4 players is going to be the utmost skill of the game. You're going to have your own hand reading abilities. You're going to have to be able to read your opponent's hands. You're going to have a general understanding of betting concepts and timing, as well as position play. It really encompasses pretty much all aspects of poker that you could think of into one little table of about 3 or 4 players. Heads Up is its own different beast. It's definitely a different game than 3 or 4 handed, but it's a little bit more on the luck side. Whereas I feel like at a full table, you're mostly going to be stuck just playing your cards because there's so many chances for somebody to have that counter out there and call you. It's difficult to play a lot of hands really aggressively.
Yeah, you
So
feel
at
like
a
you
full
have to...
table, you have to draw. You have to pull it in a little bit.
You have to play conservatively in the beginning of an 8-person game. Otherwise, you're just going to get knocked out. I mean, maybe not every time, but if you're not playing conservatively, you're going to have those games where you just get knocked out in the first 10 hands.
I mean, there's a saying that in the early games, early on in a poker tournament, you can't win the tournament, but you sure can lose it, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, Cyclone Eye Templar up against Dark Templar Battlecruiser.
Yeah, 3/3 Terran upgrades. So I think
Oh, wow.
that definitely is giving these BCs a little bit extra survivability, but not
Oh,
enough.
no. Wow. Wow. Did not expect that.
Yeah, I think the 3/3 also benefits the Cyclones quite a bit there, too.
It does.
So I think it was interesting to see that play out. 3/3 versus 3/3. Neither player getting much here.
Bert should
14.
be able to take a shot with those Banshees,
Yeah,
but I guess he doesn't. Just checks it down.
He'll clear everything out before they even decloak. All right. So Burnt with, growing chip
More
Lightmare.
Cyclones.
More Cyclones versus 4 wild cards. But what?
Is this like his 4th hand in the last 10 or so that he's been dealt Cyclones first card, I believe?
Yeah, he's been having decent performance with them, I'd say. But I don't know if they're gonna help him this time. That was a lot of infestors.
Yeah, he's gonna need more infested Terrans to go down though, and quickly.
Yeah, he might be running out of energy, and then we just have the other Zurich unit that spawns for units that doesn't have to do with energy.
Free units are free.
Free units, but not even an energy cost for these guys.
No.
And they're going to slowly swarm the map. And
that one Zell's starting to run out of steam a little bit. 52, he's got about 3 eddies left. This should be the hand that he goes with. 12 Roaches, 13 Ravagers. It should have been another bet in there, I believe.
Yeah. He'll win the pot, but definitely could have made a little bit more, as you said.
That's where your skill and heads up comes in. Knowing where you have those slight edges on those marginal hands. Knowing when to bet them and when to lay them down.
That one's Zell, yeah, okay. Trying to push with the DTs, and Burn just folds out. Both players playing very quick now.
And both players having very simple hands to play so far.
Yeah.
Nobody really picking anything up that's going to warrant a bet. So the one hero Banshee up in the sky.
Yeah. Will it clear it out in
Probably.
time? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
So we got split pot. We're moving on to our 49th hand next. What does that one Zell have to do to, besides just get a good hand? What are the little things they can do? Just like you said,
He's gonna have to start
just
picking some more marginal hands and playing them aggressively.
yeah,
You have to pick hands that not only have a chance whenever you go to showdown, but hands that you normally wouldn't play, so that you can up the percentage of hands that you're playing and start taking down a few antes here and there.
yeah. Well, the Broodlords will certainly win him this hand. They should be able to tear through. Well, maybe not. I've been duped by the Immortals earlier this
Oh
game,
no,
so I don't know if I want to.
that is a lot of immortal.
Yeah. So maybe another split pot then. One of the design choices that we made, that well Skelly made, but I think we have some community feedback, was to not display the timer of the how much time is remaining in the battle. Uh,
Yeah,
it's kind of like in Brood War. If you ever watch competitive Brood War, they have the ability to put a production tab in there, but they just choose not to add to the suspense of the cast. It's almost kind of a similar choice,
exactly.
I would say.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of not having the countdown, just giving us the 10 seconds left.
How would you feel about not even having the 10-second warning?
That would be a little bit too much, I think. I
That would
like having the 10
be.
seconds. It's something to cheer for like, come on, 10 seconds. I'm almost got this split pot. Come on, 10 seconds. I can almost live through this.
Yeah, we've definitely seen those hands that, it's going right down to the wire.
All right. Burn it this time with Ghosts and Infestors up against Cyclone, Colossus, and Tempest.
Yeah, we'll see. The Tempest are, the Funkel's going down, Colossus clearing everything out, though. Yeah, those,
Surrenders.
he had bio units against Colossus.
Yeah,
Not the
I
best.
mean,
Not the best.
not a great play. Not a great play.
All right, so that one Zell is definitely holding on. Uh, this is a hard hand to predict with the 17 wild cards. Could go either way, although he doesn't have any detection, so we're gonna have at least a tie.
Yeah, that one Void Ray, one carrier, probably not going to be enough to do the job here. But with those DTs, we're definitely going to have a split.
Yeah. The one Ravager doing his or her best. Yeah.
No, not anymore.
All right, well, the 7 DT will hide in the shadows, and we'll be moving on. Another split pot here.
Burnt still letting Zell stick around. Burnt, however, now picking up quite a hand. 11 Corruptors, 8 Battle Cruisers. Tries to go in. That one Zell just not having it.
Yeah, I think that
Now we
raise was a little too aggressive, but
little bit. That one Zell turns it around with 8 carriers this time.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, raising with the High Templars and pushing Burnt out. All right, now that one Zell has the chip lead. Our antes are getting quite high.
68 at the moment. That's insane.
We'll see. It looks like a little friendly fire from the Ravagers potentially, but
Shouldn't
not
be
enough.
too bad.
Not
Yeah.
enough to do anything.
No.
Yeah, those Oracles just cheering through the Zerg army as they often do.
Well, 16 Stalkers this time around, along with 71 Banelings. Unfortunately, those Liberators are not going to land for the Banelings to do anything.
Yeah.
They'll sit up in midair and pew pew away at them.
Well, I guess his only shot here is to hope that no.
don't think that's going to be enough stalkers.
Oh, 15
Maybe it is.
stalkers.
Maybe it is. Okay. I was
Yeah.
wrong.
I don't think the 15 stalkers was, an overwhelming amount, but just having five at the liberators, let the stalkers pretty much snipe them pretty quickly. But now Burnt
Yep.
has the six carriers, which I think
Yep.
should be enough to clear out these cyclones.
Absolutely. The one Zell does make the call.
Well, the Widow Mine's not doing anything. We'll see. Yeah. Maybe if the Cyclones focus fired, but you could see them shooting like shooting all the carriers are getting hit, If they focus fired, I think they could have gotten it with some nice micro, but not in the auto battle or battle poker.
Not in BattlePoker. We're at the whim of the StarCraft AI.
Well, our game continues here. That one Zell
That
waking
one
up.
Zell,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I was just about to say what you were saying. 41 Marines, not bad.
he's down but not out. Unfortunately, Burnt picking up the 21 Ravens this time around.
Oh,
Those Banelings are going to go directly underneath the Ravens and blow themselves up. It's going to be a matter of can the Banshees get away and survive.
oh man.
Oh, wow, look at that. Just barely. Oh, don't go in, don't go in, don't go in. All right. All right.
Close call.
That one left himself with 3 chips I'm sure by mistake. Okay, 3 gold. I got this, he says.
Well, now, yeah, I mean, now he just has to flip a coin 20 times and
Yeah,
get heads, essentially, right? There's not much play.
basically. He's looking to double up a good 5 or 6 times before he's going to be playable again. Not sure what Burnt is thinking about here.
Yeah, really. Well, let's see. I don't think this is going to be the hand to do it. GG.
GG, well played. Burnt takes it down. All right.
All right. That was an exciting game, I would say, Bhakti. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, that was quite a long one, going an hour 14:30 into StarCraft game time. 60 hands with only 7 players. I'm quite happy with
Not
how
too
today's
bad.
game
Not
went.
too bad. That was definitely a fun one to watch. Thank you for joining me today for this week's Battle Poker League. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll be back really soon with the rest of the tables for this week.
Yeah. Tune in next week for our 3rd week of matches, and check YouTube for the other casts from our other games. They will definitely be going up in the next few days.
And don't forget, in 2 weeks, we do have the Nation Wars event coming up. So if you haven't registered your interest yet in that, please do so in the Discord.
Yes, absolutely. We need more players, especially from across the world. We have plenty of US and Canadian players, but it'd be great if we get some representation from Europe or Asia or Africa or Australia or anywhere. South America. Join us and prove that the NA players aren't the only battle poker players out there. All right. Well, see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.